Welcome back. As promised, now I'm going to show you the Active Teach I2B interactive whiteboard tool. This will help make your lessons far more fun and engaging. As you can see on the opening screen, you get 4 options on the menu. The first 2 are about saving your work. This can be quite important. I'll show you some good reasons why you would like to save your work in a few minutes. The first time you use the Active Teach, you will choose the first option. Save my work, create a new file. Every time after that, you will use the second option, work from an existing file. Option number 4, show help file, gives you a PDF help list of how to use the Active Teach, in case you forget everything I'm going to tell you now. We're going to go for the third option because I'm only going to do this once, so I'm not going to save my work this time. And start. Now, what can you see? You can see a card deck, like shuffled cards in front of you. We can move through the cards back and forward. We can also select our units down from the unit menu here. Unit Welcome Unit, Unit 1, My Family, and so on. The extra parts of the book are available: goodbye, festivals, grammar reference, and so on as well. Now, we have a number of ways of navigating. First, let's open up the first page, the Welcome Unit. And you'll see a toolbar. This toolbar can be moved around wherever you need to position it. Now, first, if you have this at the top of your classroom on the board, the items are likely to be quite small. So one of the first things you'll want to do is zoom. We do this with the zoom tool. And for a most accurate zoom, you can click and drag to zoom very nicely. When you zoom, the first thing you'll need to remember is to exit the zoom tool. Otherwise, what happens? It zooms out again. So, rather than that happening, what we need to do is select either the pointer or the hand tool. If I select the hand tool, I can now drag my page around, move around to different parts of the page. Let's zoom out again. What other tools have we got? We have a pencil tool with which I can write things on the screen. We have a highlighter tool, so I can highlight things. We can change the thickness or the color of both the pencil or the highlighter. We can erase things. We can undo. Or we can use this little spray tool just to clear everything. Now, I mentioned before about saving your work. Why might this be important? For example, if you're in the planning stage and you feel that you'd like to remind yourself about something when you come to a page, you can put a sticky note on it. Very easy. By coming over to the sticky note on the toolbar, if I click and I can leave my sticky note, open it up, I can leave a note for myself and leave it there. If I close, if you have saved your work, this will stay on it, and you can come back and remind yourself later. You may also have worksheets or images or songs or videos on your own hard drive. Active Teach allows you to link directly to these by dropping a document folder. So I can press this one, drop it here. It will ask me to browse my hard drive. So if I press browse, I can look through my hard drive, find a document, and leave it there. Next time I come back to Active Teach, it'll be there waiting for me. In the internet age, we know there are millions of online resources available to us, YouTube videos, prezzies, etc. Wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to link to an online resource? Well, with the blue link tool, we can do exactly that. By pressing the link tool, We can drop it here and type the full URL carefully and accurately and leave it there. Next time you come back, you can press open and it will go online using your browser and open the YouTube, Prezi, etc. So let's have a look at the navigation. We're now on the first couple of pages in the welcome unit. How do I change a page? Well, I can use the page forward button or the page back button. I also have a go up a level button, which is like the back button on your computer, which brings us to where we were before. So anytime you go somewhere, this is like your back button to return you. Another way of navigating the book is to pull up this one, which gives us a very specific navigation tool. So I can now go Unit 1 My Toys and select the individual page in the pupil's book or the activity book. So if I go to Unit 1 and it's page 12 and 13, it brings me directly there. Let's have a look at a listening activity. Anyway, you see a headphone symbol, it means you have a listening activity. So if we press on it, it takes us to the listening activity. Always be careful here, it looks slightly different from the previous page. We need to make sure students don't get confused and think they're changing the page. Now, here's the activity. It says listen and circle. This brings up the activity.
Ball. Bike. Doll.
And so on. Students in their book will be circling the activity. Listen and say, again.
Teddy bear. Car.
Car.
Boat. Doll.
Doll.
Lorry.
Lorry. And so on. Now, to exit the exercise, I go up a level. It brings me back to the page section. Remember, every unit starts with a what do you know exercise for students to engage their previous knowledge and connect it to the content. If we open up this, we can say listen and find activity. Listen.
Look, a train. Choo-choo.
Where's the train? Down here. So that's listen and find activity. Let's go back up a level. Now I want to bring you to the story lesson, which will be lesson 5 in the unit. So let's come my toys to 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And we have the story lesson. Let's zoom. Make it a little bit bigger. And don't forget to exit the zoom tool. And then we get the listen and read. So we listen and read, then act out. So if we go, we can click on each thing.
Look at these toys. What's that?
It's a lorry. I like lorries.
I like this doll.
Okay. You can repeat it by start again or move on to the next story card. Remember, we have the story cards in the teacher's pack. Also, we have story cards in the active teach. Let's go back up a level and look at our extra tools. If we look at the bottom tabs here, first one we can see help. It's the same as help on the opening menu, a PDF instructing you how to use the active teach. I'm going to move across 1, 2, 3, 2 story cards since I've just mentioned it. When you press here, we can go and pull up the cards for each unit. These are the story cards for Unit 1. By Pressing the bubbles, we can move through. Press the bubbles. We can play the story.
Can we help?
Yes, let's help.
And students have the option of listen and read and acting them out. Now I mentioned something in the unit walkthrough. We can also have students create their own dialogues. As you can see, it comes with empty bubbles. And the Active Teach has a fantastic tool for this. If we look at the Story Cards tab again, at the end of the unit stories, you can also see Make a Story. Let's have a look. Now, this time we have access to all of the story cards with blanks. What this means is we can make a completely new story. I can select any thumbnail, so I can select this one. I can add a speech bubble and type in the text. Hello. Do that. And there's my speech bubble. I can add a thought bubble. And there's the thought bubble. I can add a frame, a new thumbnail, so I can choose any extra storyboard, and so on. So this is a fantastic way to bring out students' creativity and get them creating their own story with professional looking story cards. Up a level again, back to where we were. What other resources do we have? We have songs and chants, so we can jump directly to the songs or chants for each unit. So in Unit 1 we have 4 chants. For example, It's a Car.
What's this? It's red.
It's a car. What?
And if I add that, we have the karaoke version, which comes with music only. Students get to sing the song themselves. What's this? It's red. It's a car. What else have we got? We have the flashcards. So we can use flashcards by the unit. So you can select your unit, welcome, unit 1, and so on. Unit 1 flashcards. Here we go. You can also select cards by the topic. So actions, activities, adjectives, and so on. When you press on the card, it flips around and you see the word. Next card. Car. Next card. Ball, and so on. Exiting the flashcards. Story cards I've showed you. Posters. We have 4 posters with each level. When you pull up the posters, you can see what I mentioned earlier, the map, the learning adventure. It comes as a PDF, and students can follow their learning adventure as they go. They can find where they are as they go through the book. We also have the phonics poster. So every phonics part of the book is on the poster. Once again, when you come to the phonics unit, you can have students refer to the phonics poster, find out where they are. We have the CLIL poster as well. When you come to the CLIL unit, don't forget to have them check the CLIL poster and follow their CLIL adventure. DVD has songs, stories, language moments. If we take a look at stories, The Kite. And we can get with subtitles. We can navigate through the subtitles. If I press
Kind. Come on.
on a tab, it jumps to that point.
Uh-oh.
Jumps to it.
It's okay. I've got you. Ah, ah.
Hey, help me. Help.
Oh dear. Help.
Help.
Good, Pippin. Pull.
Now, in the teacher's resources, we have extra photocopiers by the unit. For example, if I select Unit 1, I'll get a PDF of how many pages? Several pages of extra photocopiables and worksheets and so on. We have tests. If you go into the tests, you get a placement test. You get also an introduction explaining how to use the tests. In each unit, you get the test with the audio tracks. So for example, in Unit 1, the test looks like this, and the audio tracks included. You also have 3 review tests, end of term 1, 2, and 3, and you have a final test, as well as an exam preparation worksheet. You have all the answer keys and audio scripts available as well. Let's come back up a level. And let's just try out another activity. Now, so in this activity, underline the ch and sh sounds and read the words aloud. If we see show answers, it gives us all the answers there. Restart, check it again. Any other activities? Listen, point and say, blend the sounds. Let's have a look at this one. Now, how many cars are there? There are 5, and so on. Upper level. And in your toolbox, we have 2 tools. You have a stopwatch tool and a scorecard tool. Stopwatch tool has one particularly useful feature, is the countdown feature. This helps you to do a timer. It's particularly effective when doing pair work or group work. You can set a time limit, for example, 5 minutes, and give them a countdown. This helps students to focus on their goals and time their activities. Thank you for staying with me for the Active Teach. I hope you enjoyed it. I really recommend that you play with it yourself, try it out. It's really easy and extremely useful and great fun. Thank you very much.